Okay, well, I was taking readings yesterday on my generator. It's under load at the moment, and this is mostly about my scope. The oscilloscope, I was getting really strange glitching readings on my oscilloscope, and now it's as solid as a rock. But what was happening was I was getting these spikes that were jumping way up there and way down there, and up and down, and the green light and the blue light were flickering. You know, they were flickering on and off very quickly, and when that happened, and the spikes were coming, and I thought, well, there's something wrong somewhere. It's a power connection problem. And at first I thought it was the power socket on the back, you know, the there. I don't know anyway, so I wiggled out, nothing happened, so I said, well, it must be something else. So anyway, I had a look inside it. I didn't bother filming it because, yeah, well, I wasn't sure I'd find anything. But anyway, it turned out to be a choke, a tiny little 4-pin transformer type thing. But it was a choke. It was in line with the mains, and one of the legs wasn't soldered, so basically that's all it was, a cold joint. A dry solder joint. People call it different things in different countries, but we call them dry joints over here. But over there, it's technically really a cold solder joint where the solder hasn't flowed and heated up properly, and it's not bonded. Anyway, I resoldered that connection, and there was a few other connections that looked a bit dodgy. I redid those, put it back together, and voila, yeah. Very, very stable now. We're actually under load right now. Let me just take the load off. Right, I've taken the load off. Now, like we'll see, the generator starts to speed up. And as it speeds up, the voltage will start to climb. And we do get better voltages on the blue channel. Or is it the yellow channel? I don't know. Anyway, yeah, it's the blue channel, I think. Yeah, it's speeding up. I need to sort this problem out with the drag anyway, but much more stable. I'm interested in those little ringing that we seem to get on the waveform. It's very curious. Like, I think actually I know what that is. I think it's because of the concentric magnet arrays, plus the fact that I'm driving it with two rotors. The left rotor is basically north, the right rotor is basically south, and as it passes, the right rotor becomes north and the left rotor becomes south. So we've got two actuations, and because of the two actuation flux paths, we have dual waves. I think that's the reason for that. We seem to have double waveforms. If you look, you're like superimposed. It's really interesting. It's really weird. But as you can see, it's really steady and solid as a rock now. And this is what we're at without any load on right now. Sorry, I'm shaking a bit. My hand's not steady. I can't help it. And the blue channel is at 20.8, the yellow channel 20.4. Anyway, yeah, it's a lot better. I am happy that I sorted the problem. We don't have flickering lights anymore. Yeah. Okay, that was it. That was just the update I was going to talk about, and 6:31. Let's put the load back on now. Sorry, I'm trying to do this one. Right, I put the load back on now. We do have drag. I need to sort this out. I haven't perfected it yet, obviously. But yeah, I am considering using a MOSFET. Sorry, not a MOSFET, TRIAC. A TRIAC is an AC device that conducts AC, and it has a gate. And basically, you time it. You have a sensor. It could be optical, or it could be a reed switch, or it could be a magnetic sensor. What we call the other thing, bloody hell, can't think. Anyway, I was thinking about getting a triarc and using that to switch the coils in and out of circuit, as the rotors. Well, let's say this steel washer is our magnet. Basically, so that as the coil, when the coil enters the magnet, it turns on, as it generates the pulse from the magnet, and just before it starts to leave, it turns off, so it releases quickly. So the idea is to use a triarc, so that basically it's pulsing the flux from the magnet on and off in a narrow area, so that you don't have drag, so that you can enter quickly. That's another technique of doing it. I know a few people have done it using reed switches, but the reed switches are very slow response times. There's a delay. They don't work so well. I'm thinking about using a triarc, which is a solid state, and I can do it using a optocouple, or I can use something else to trigger it. But that would give me control over the drag issue. So anyway, it's an option. I'll have to think about it. But I have put some bookmarks in my PayPal, in my eBay account for some items. Only tiny little things, I think they're about 200 milliamps or something. Devices, small things. They'll be suitable for this. I don't want great big high current devices. I want small current devices because they use less power. So yeah. So what I'm going to do is, I want to get some cash because money's tight right now. I'm changing my internet provider, so my internet's going to be going off soon, possibly, but hopefully you won't notice that because I'm hoping to get another alternative internet plan so I can stream live, much more higher quality bandwidth and everything. We should get better quality video. So that's coming up, but that's in the next couple of weeks or so. So we've got to get that sorted out. I've got a load of things happening in June. I have hospital appointments, and I have let's just say I've got a pretty full June. I've got at least 5 different things to deal with in June. So yeah, you might not see any videos for a while. That's what I'm saying. You might not see any videos for a while. I don't know yet. We'll have to see, because I've got to move things around, because I've got to move furniture around, because I've got people coming around, and safety checks, electric checks, all this bullshit. Anyway, so that's what is basically coming up soon. So yeah. Thanks for watching.